Okay, so today we're going to have our first quiz. The quiz will start at 3:45 and we'll go until, we'll start at 3:15 and go until 3:45. Okay, so it's a 30-minute quiz. It has 30 questions on it, so you'll have 1 minute per quiz. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak. I'm going to talk about assignment number 2 until 3:15, okay? And then at 3:15 the quiz will become available and I'm going to shut up, okay? Okay. So on your Blackboard account, you can look over here at assessments. Assessments means quizzes, okay? You can click on that. And see, exam quiz 1, okay, starts at 3:15, covers hardware and software. It doesn't actually cover the intellectual properties because I just ran out of questions, okay? And here's all your practice quizzes, okay? The quiz is the same, format as these practice quizzes, okay? Let me remind you, for instance, let's click on hardware storage, okay? If you wanted to take this practice quiz, you hit begin assessment. Okay, so this is a practice quiz. The quiz looks exactly the same way, right? And so you remember the following things, okay? So when upgrading RAM, you should feel free to purchase any type you can afford. So you had to decide that's true or false, okay? So click on false, okay? But then you have to do one other thing. What? You've got to say save answer, okay? If you don't say save answer, okay, the answer doesn't get saved and you miss that question, okay? Down at the very bottom of the quiz, you can say save all. That'll save all your answers all at one time. And then you have to say finish, okay? Okay, so don't forget that when the time comes for the quiz. Okay, so now you can, that's assessments, okay, then and assignments. So you've got assignment 2 here. You click on assignment 2. And there's an attachment, cosc1300. So you can click on this, okay, and Okay, here's assignment 2. And you can save that, locally on your computer, or you can print it out, okay, which is probably a good idea. Okay, so what is assignment 2? Let's read it. Okay. Investigate the financial history of the company you were assigned in assignment 1. Make an Excel spreadsheet of its stock values at closing each week for the past year. The spreadsheet should have 4 columns. Date, price, price difference from the previous week, percent distance from the previous week. If there has been a stock split, if there have been stock splits, add a 5th column. Each row should have a value 1 before the first split. After the first split, each row should have the new value for a single share. For instance, if the split was 2 for 1, the new value would be 2. If the split was 3 for 2, the new value would be 1.5. After the second split, the value would be the product of the 2 splits, i.e. a 2 for 1 followed by a 3 for 2 would be 2 over 1 times 3 over 2, or 3. If there have been dividends, add a 5th or 6th column showing the dividend for a single share. Assume you bought $1,000 worth of this stock each week for the past year. How much would your holdings be worth week by week, considering the change in prices each week and any splits or dividends? Add a column showing this accumulation. Graph your results in 1 or more graphs that you feel best convey an understanding of the results. Use any Excel graph type that you deem appropriate. Turn all results in on a single Excel workbook with different pages for each graph. Date due March 3rd. Okay, let's go back to the beginning of this. Investigate the financial history of the company you were assigned in assignment 1. So we're going to do that on the internet, right? So we've got to, for that company, find out what the stock prices of that company were week by week for the last year. Now, how do we do that? Okay, so I'm going to I'll go to Google. And let's say my company was Amazon. We'll type in Amazon. Here's Amazon, Amazon Kindle, Amazon Books, Amazon Prime. Okay. Let's say, oh, look at there. Amazon stock prices historical. Okay, Amazon, a summary for Amazon, okay. Yahoo Finance. Okay, so right now Amazon is selling, if you wanted to buy 1 share With Amazon stock right now, it would cost you $180.06. Okay. So now I want to know. So here's on the side, it says historical prices. Okay, let me click on that. Historical prices. Oh, good. Look. Set the data range. Okay, and then get prices. You can get daily prices, weekly prices, monthly prices, or dividends only. Well, let's get. We're going to get weekly prices, okay? Starting date would be a year ago, which would be February 16th, 2011, okay? Ending date, February the 16th, 2012, okay? Weekly, okay? You get prices. Oh, look at here. See, just what we wanted. Okay, here's the price on every week. Okay, it's got the most recent price at the top, and a year ago down at the bottom. It's got the opening price. We don't care about that. It's got the high and the highest price that anybody paid for that stock that week. The lowest anybody paid for that week. Okay. And the close. We're only interested in the close. Okay. Volume. How many? See, this week they traded 7,797,600 shares of Amazon. And adjusted close. Exclamation star. The adjusted close, a little star means close price adjusted for dividends and splits. Oh, that's good. Oh, look, download to a spreadsheet. Wow, how sweet it is. Now, so hope everything turns out to be that easy, right? So we're gonna open with, we're gonna save the file. Looks like okay. And we're gonna, it says table, okay. We're gonna save this as this will be assignment 2. Assignment 2, okay. Amazon. And I'm going to save it in my folder cosc1300. Okay. Now I'm going to go back here. It said something about dividends. Dividends only. Let me click on that again. Dividend data is unavailable for the specified date range. Well, that's too bad. Okay. It may be that Amazon didn't have any dividends. Okay? In fact, since we're only doing this for the last year, it's actually sort of unlikely that there will have been any stock splits or dividends. Okay, for most so these instructions about stock splits and dividends are not going to apply to some, probably most of your companies. Okay, well, I got what I want, okay? So I want to close this. Now, I'll save that over here. There it is, assignment 2. Okay, so good. So got these columns in it. Date, open, high, low, close, volume, adjusted, close. Okay. These hash marks here, or pound signs, means this column's not wide enough to hold that data. So you go up here and you go up to the AB line, and then you left click and pull it over a little bit. Okay. Okay, now I really only want the close here. Okay. As it turns out, there's really no difference in this case between the close and the adjusted close. If you'll look up and down, they're all the same. So I want to just eliminate these two columns. I want to eliminate volume and I want to eliminate adjusted close. So I go up here, I click on the F, I hold the button down, and go over to the G, okay? And that marks off both columns. And then I go up here where it says delete. And I click on this little down arrow. Delete sheet columns, okay? Click. Good. I also don't care about the open, high, or close. I go to the B. I click the left mouse, hold down, scoot over, scoot over. You can just hit delete, okay, like that. So, it gives me the date and the close. Investigate the financial history of the company you are assigned in assignment 1. Make an Excel spreadsheet of its stock values at closing each week for the past year. I just did that. Good. The spreadsheet should have 4 columns: date, price, price difference from the previous week, percent difference from the previous week. Okay, so I need 2 more columns. I need the price difference from the previous week, the percent difference from the previous week. Okay, up here, so this is the most recent week. Okay, so the order here is the most recent, and then going back into the past. Okay, so the difference between the closing on 2/13/12 and 2/16/12 is, on 2/16/12 it was selling for 185.54, and on 2/13 it was selling for 184. So it went down. It went down by $1.07. Okay. So the difference. Okay. So here, up here, and I'm going to say difference. Okay. I'll say diff. Okay. I'll say week diff. Okay. Week. WK, weekly difference. Okay. Okay. And then over here, I want a percent difference. Okay. This is a percent difference. Okay. Now I can click on here. Okay. And I can get Excel to compute this for me. Okay. This number is equal to. Okay. It's B2, okay, minus B3, right? It's a cell B2 minus the cell B3. You gotta put an equal sign. Equal B2 minus B3. Hit enter. See? the difference is minus, let's make, these should be currencies though, right? So I'm going to click here, hold down, okay. Oops. Click here, hold down, okay. Come down all that away. So that column, I don't want that to be a general format. I want that to be a currency. Yeah. So those should be dollars, okay. And this weekly difference right here, that should also be currency. And this percent difference should just be a number. This first thing should be a date here, but that's probably already a date because Excel recognizes already that's a date. Okay. Now, I think it's good to do, when I outline this, I'm going to hold down my left mouse button. And I'm going to take all this whole thing here, all these 4 columns, go down to row 54. I'm going to go to this little icon up here. These are the borders. I want a border around, so you can pick all borders. Now each of the cells has a border around it, so it looks a little nicer, I think. If you want to, you can click again. And you go back to this border icon, click. Put a thick box border, click. And that way, it's got a big thick border around the whole thing. And then on this, right up here, where it's got all of these headings, okay, I might want to put those in bold-faced. Looks a little better. Okay. Okay, so now to get this difference, okay, that would be equal to B3 minus B4. Enter. Okay. This would be equal to B4 minus B5. Oh, this is going to be tedious. This is tedious. I got to do 52 of these things. Well, there's a fast way to do it, right? Who knows the fast way to do it? Now, put it in the formula. Well, actually, what I'm putting in is formulas, actually. But let me show you how to do this whole thing in one fell swoop, okay? I want to compute all of these things, you know, all the way down. I want to get the weekly difference, you know, all 52 of these. I cannot get the difference on this last one, right? Why can't I get the difference there? Because you don't have the previous, you know, you don't know what the previous week's was, okay? So I can get all of them except the last one, right? So here's what I do. I go to this first one, okay? I hold down the left mouse, okay? I go all the way down. Except for the last one, okay? So I'm going to compute all of those, okay? So now I put an equal sign. Okay? Those are equal to. And now, so I'm going to click on this, B to hold it down, okay? Go all the way down. Except for the last one. It'll be 52 of them, okay? Come back up. That's that whole column, okay? This is equal to the column from B2 to B. The column I'm computing is equal to the column from B2 to B53, okay? Minus, okay? And then I go to the same column, except I go down. I leave off the first one. And I start here. And I go down, hold down. This time I include the last one. Okay? And we go back up here. The column I'm computing, okay, in this column C, okay, and I'm computing from C2 to C. I'm computing from C2 down to C53. The column C2 to C53 is equal to the column B2 to B53 minus the column B3 to B54. Okay? Offset by 1. Now hold down Shift and Control both at the same time, and while I'm holding down Shift and Control, I hit Enter. Voila. Okay. So, what? You hold down the Shift button and the Control button. You hold down the Shift button with this finger right there, and you hold down the Control button with your thumb. It won't work. It won't do this. It won't do this vector thing if you don't hold. You have to hold down Shift and Control with your left hand, okay, a finger and a thumb, okay, and while you're holding those down, you hit Enter with this finger here on your right hand. Yes. Well, get one that does. Your Shift and Control didn't work? Did you mark off all that stuff, okay? What happened? What happened? Okay, well, just start all over again. Try it again. But be careful about you hold down Shift and Control, and while you're holding them down, you hit Enter. Okay? If it doesn't work after 2 or 3 attempts, when I finish here, I'll come and do it. Okay, now this fourth one is percent difference. I just realized something. I'm actually working your assignment if your company happened to be Amazon. Whose company was Amazon? Oh, you lucky people. You're getting the professor to work your assignment for you. That doesn't happen real often, right? Okay, percent difference. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to the cell D2. I'm going to click down the left button on the mouse. Hold it down. Hold it down. Mark off. Percent difference. All the way down except for the last. Again, I can't do the last column. So how am I going to compute the percent difference? Okay. Well, before I do this, let me just undo what I just did. You just go over here somewhere and click the little button. Clear that out. Okay? If I were just going to compute this one by itself, what would I do? Okay. I would put an equal sign. I would put a left parenthesis, okay, and I would put in B2 minus B3, close parenthesis, okay. And then I want to divide that by B2. Okay, that'll give the percent. But to have it in a percent, I have to multiply it by 100. Okay, I can put times 100 divided by B2. Okay, and then I hit enter. So it's down 0.58%, okay? It's down a little bit over 0.5%, okay? Let me do that again. This next one, that would be, I'm sorry, I'd put the 100 first normally. 100, okay, times B, times parenthesis, okay? B3 minus B4 close slash B3. Yeah. That's the percent difference, okay, for that. It would be B3 100 times parenthesis B3 minus B4 divided by B3. This is down another 1%. What? B3. So if you look right up here, it'll tell you what you're doing. Okay, so if you go to this cell here, and then up here in this is called the function. Okay, this is what you typed in. Okay, equal. You got to say, in order for your Excel to do arithmetic, you got to click an equal. Right? Tell me when the quiz starts. Okay, it's almost time for the quiz to start. When the quiz starts, I'm quitting. Okay. I think I can do that whole row now. Okay. I can go all the way down here, except for the last one. Is it started? Equal. So it'll be 100 times parenthesis opens, okay. This close, except for the last one. Minus, starting at the second one. Including the last one. Close. Divided by this first column. Except for the last one. Okay. Okay, now hold down Shift and Control and hit Enter. Okay, the quiz is, you can now take the quiz, okay? I'm going to shut up. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this and I'm going to put it up on Blackboard. How about that? I'm going to do that right now while y'all are working on the quiz. Yeah, start.